Hey, today we're going to trim down an acrylic sheet for drop-in light, for a 2x4 troffer drop-in light. And I'm sure you guys have broken, or if you have broken one of these acrylic sheets, trying to track one down that fits your light, it can be difficult. I know my case, my acrylic sheet that I require is 22 5/8 by 46 3/4, and if you go to, my local place I go to, which is, the depot, 23 3/4 by 47 3/4. All of their spare sheets are that size. They're not correct. They do, however, have one section, if you look a little further down, that has too small of a sheet. They're 22 1/4 by 46 1/4, I believe they are. They're just too small for my particular light. They might work for yours. In my case, I have to go with their larger size, 23 3/4 by 47 3/4, and trim it down. And here's the big dilemma. This is a polyacrylic, or it's an acrylic sheet. I paid a couple dollars for the more expensive stuff. It's really, I don't know that there's any difference. It may be a little more pliable. I know this, it breaks very easily. You cannot scribe it and try and snap it and cut it. You can't use a jigsaw. You can't do just about any normal way of cutting. You have to use a big industrial method. And the way I do it is with a table saw. You have to mask it off both sides and then run it through the table saw. I've got my table saw set up with a fence set at just a little bit over 1 inch at the outside of the blade. And I'm going to mask off a sheet, and then we'll slowly run it through the table saw, and should be able to get a clean cut. Pretty simple, really. Just be going slow. Wear your goggles, and make sure your blade is all the way up. You don't want it to nick at the acrylic sheet from a low angle. You want it to come down, and you want it to bite it straight down, that tooth. So the lower the tooth can get, or I should say the higher the blade is, the more hard angled the tooth will be when it comes down on the acrylic sheet. So it will nibble slightly at the sheet, and if you go slow enough, you will not crack it. But watch your fingers, keep them away, careful sliding it through, and go slow. Okay, I've got my sheet all masked off both sides. My dimples are face down. I did press the tape gently into the dimples, not trying to get them completely 100% encapsulated in tape, just giving a little pressure to the area. So, just push it in with your thumb, and however it goes, it goes. That's not a big deal. Like I said, goggles, fingers, slow. Just be real careful. It slides right through, and just go slow and be careful, please. Nice and clean all the way through.